Welcome back. You're still tuned into Nedbank Business Watch. Thank you for staying with us. I'm now joined by Spalele Makakula Shabang to talk about social media usage and being safe online. Very good afternoon, Spa. Welcome back once again this week.
Thank you so much.
We're talking about a very crucial topic. Social media, though it may be convenient, it gives us updates on news updates, entertainment news. You stay in constant interaction with your relatives and friends, but there are risks. We know that here. So what are the risks that are linked to social media?
Thank you so much. I think one of the key issues that we should note is that in the social media world, there's certainly online predators, people that are out there, and that's their job basically.
Yeah.
And then there's also hackers. There's all sorts. There's people out there just to gather information about us. There's people out there to gather information that they'll sell in the dark web. There's a whole lot of information. So basically, it's important for all of us when we're online to understand that it's basically the wild, wild west. So we certainly need to be cautious of our surroundings, of our online activities. So basically, that is what is very important for us to understand.
So speaking of being cautious, I'm new to social media. I want to register my account, for an example, Facebook. So what settings should I make? A lot of people are public and some people are private. What settings should I install on my Facebook?
Thank you so much. Basically, it's important to understand the security that comes with social media. As you're saying, there's your public and there's your private. Private is always safer, but more than just private, there's other security settings that come with all social media platforms. So as you enroll or as you register on your social media platforms, you have to read those privacy and security guidelines and understand. Don't just click to accept to move to the next level just to hurry to register. If you can, use another phone to take pictures of what exactly is it that you're agreeing to. Then take time to read. Do not register on any application without understanding the guidelines, the privacy, and all the security settings that come with it.
Yes. You said, Spa, that there are scammers, there are hackers. How do you become a target? Is it because of the things that you post, the things that you write about, your location? People, make their locations visible. Is that also some things that can get you exposed to being hacked?
Certainly, there's a host of things that can make us, should I say, targets. So we need to understand, just like any form of, criminals, there's people that are chancers, and there's people that are hardcore, the syndicates. So if someone passes your house and they find that your house is unlocked, and that person isn't really a criminal, but if they are hungry, they will probably, break into your house and take something. So that is now understanding that the person has just gone into your house because they found that it's not secure. But now there's people who are organized. Someone will come with a truck, who's going to come with a grinder. The aim is that they want to break in. So it's for us to understand that there's different risk factors within the social media. Yeah. So for us is to have all the security infrastructure to prevent, or should I say, to mitigate all these risk factors. So we're saying for any chances, you must be protected. For big time players, you must be protected. And all that is basically just understanding that social media, this is not my house, this is not home. So I cannot just,
even the word explains it's social media.
Exactly. I cannot just put everything out there.
Yeah.
I cannot post my location. I cannot post anything that is personal. As much as it's nice for people to know that I'm living a lavish lifestyle, I earn very much, I'll be flying to Dubai. It's nice for people to know. But rather, let me post when I come back from Dubai, if I have to post.
Yeah, weeks later.
Weeks later.
All right. So then how do I protect myself, in terms of protecting my account? Do I need to change my password now and again? Make it quite strengthful, my password for using my login details?
Okay, certainly. Password is certainly one way to protect yourself. But there's what we call two-factor authentication.
Okay.
I'll give an example. Your door. You lock your door with your key. In the older days, we then used to use a scallem key. And now we've got a burglar door. which will also lock. We've got trailing doors. So two-factor authentication is basically saying you're having your added layers of protection and security. So this is what we have to do. Over and above changing my password, regularly, and having a strong password that includes characters and numbers, but let me have another layer of protection. Maybe my thumbprint, facial recognition, another code, so that even if my account can be taken over, an attempt to take over my account is made, but then there'll be that layer of protection that is needed. Where is this person going to get my thumbprint? Where is this person going to get facial recognition? So that layer of protection, that second authentication, is basically the one that's going to prevent anyone or any hacker from taking over my account.
Yeah. So how important are privacy settings? We see people installing privacy settings on their WhatsApp, their Facebook, Instagram. How important are they?
That is basically your key. That's your key. Those are your trailing doors. Those are your curtains.
Yeah.
So that's how you should look at it. Don't think of it as anything else. Think of it as when you go to bed, you have to check that you've locked your house. You always have to have your curtains closed. Your doors and your windows are closed. That is how security online as well should be considered. Don't think of it as anything else, just like your safety in your own home.
Yeah. So then what do I do if I realize that I have been compromised?
Okay. Now, let's say you realize that you have been compromised. First thing I'd say, contact your bank. That's the first thing that you should do, because in most instances we've discovered that when someone has been compromised, the email takeovers that we've spoken about in the past, the point of compromise has been in the social media platforms. So the moment when a client is going to send an email to a banker to say, or send a WhatsApp to a banker, please transfer so much amount to this account. You find that account or that WhatsApp or that email has been taken over. So in the event you discover that your account have been taken over, firstly report to your bank and then notify your inner circle, the people around you. And more than what's also important is that also report on that social media platform. Other people can also report on your account. So you report. When you report, you're notifying that social media administrator that maybe this third party has actually breached the guidelines of operating in that platform.
Yeah, so oversharing is quite dangerous as well.
Very
it can lead
much.
to housebreaking and all sorts of crimes.
Very much. We had one session with some training last week where we're just told how, in terms of these kidnappings in South Africa, kidnapping for ransom, how they're being targeted. Basically, they go through social media and this is how they choose their targets. They see who can afford a ransom. That is how they target their victims. So if you're oversharing all this information, you're basically putting yourself out there for other people for you to become a victim. So we cannot overemphasize. Do not overshare, Do not overshare, because you'll find yourself being compromised in one way or the other.
Okay, so if your account has been hacked, there's quite a lot of hackers nowadays. How easy is it getting it back?
Basically, it's easy. Once you report that your account has been hacked, this is not a bank account, definitely. This is your social media account.
Social media, yes.
You will be contacted by that social media platform. They're definitely going to be asking you questions and they'll take you through on how to get it back. But what is important is that you report and then you give them all the steps on what led to that incident happening. So what is key is that each time an incident happens, you must report and block whoever maybe is inciting or maybe trying to obtain information from you. Because what has been discovered is that some users are being, should I say, profiled in terms of these different media platforms. So when, should I say, a modus operandi, a way that someone behaves, if that has been reported, it's then logged. So when someone else then reports to say, this is how the person reached out to me and this happened A, B, C, D, they then realize that, oh, this is the modus operandi that was used for this. And then they clearly identify that this must be this person. And they're able, in most cases, they are able to track that person, or they're able to block that person, that user, from accessing that platform ever again.
Okay, so there's this other one that's, I've noted on social media, particularly on Facebook, news sites, you know, the poster link story, a headline, you know, that's quite interesting, and then you're supposed to click on that link. How safe are we?
We are not safe at all. We always say do not click on any link. Do not click on any link at all, because that is basically a way to lure you. That is a phishing attempt. That is a way to compromise you. If you'll notice, it's either going to be a catchy story with a very interesting headline, or there's going to be a picture of a compromising, you know, a picture that is compromising between a male and female, and people want to click to see what that is. Do not click, because that is basically, you're going to be fished.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one wonders how they get all this information, you know. Do they need just your email address to get through all your details? What do they need actually to be able to hack you?
I can't really divulge everything, but what is key is that you find that your security settings as an individual are low.
Yeah.
You just find that your doors are unlocked, your windows are open. So that is what happens. That is then what tempts someone to even then make an attempt to hack you. Sometimes you'll be literally, as a user, you'll be literally screaming out to the hackers, please hack me, you know. So these are the things when we try to educate users to say, do not post personal information on social media, and the certain things that you'll do or say or post on social media, we should just scream to individuals or hackers to say, please get me compromised.
Okay, so lastly, tips, you know, to stay safe on social media. Private account, don't post everything, don't post your location.
Yes, don't post, don't post, don't overshare.
Yeah.
Don't post personal information, do not post your location, and always be reviewing your security settings, because as much as you may have, you know, have your security settings, sometimes they may fall off. Hackers may breach those security settings by one or another, but be constantly reviewing those security settings and making sure that whichever apps, third-party apps that have access to your email address or any other thing, they know you know these applications. If you see a strange application that you do not know that will have access to your email or any of your social media accounts, you definitely have to report it and block it or disable it or delete it.
All right, thanks so much, Spa.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, social media usage and safety tips from Spa. If you want to ask more questions, you can contact them at 3278 1999. Let's take a break. Sabi ako na much.